Hello, I hope you are well. I thought that I would do a vloggy style thing because, I don't know, I'm trial and erroring things. Sudocrem, by the way, because skin isn't liking me at the moment. That's fine. It is currently 10 past midnight. The reason why I'm starting at this time is because my sleeping and day schedule has gone out of the window. And because we've got the week off this week, I have decided that apparently I'm doing my own form of time. Yay! If you don't know what that means, which you don't, oh my god, Madison. Basically, a normal day is 9 till 9, we'll say, like that 9 to 9, 12 hours. Mine isn't anymore. It is about 2, maybe 3 in the morning till 1 in the afternoon, in which I arise from my slumber. And then that's the way we're going at the moment. I'm not gonna lie, I love it. I feel more productive in the evenings. Gavin and Stacey, I feel more awake in the evenings, and I get more stuff done that I wanted to get done through the day but couldn't be bothered to do. And then my actual day is shortened, which is great, because if I get up early, I never know what to do with myself. Do you know what I mean? Especially at the moment, being in a quarantine pandemic thing. Like, if I have a day planned out and I can actually leave the house, I think I would get up earlier. Like, I'd get up about 7, 8 o'clock. Like, I would do that, not only for college but for, getting stuff done. But there is nothing to do. Nothing to do. And I know that's the same for everyone, but I'm bored shitless, to say the least. To say it in a nice way, I'm bored shitless. So I thought, why not revive this old friend from many months ago? Last year, actually. Happy New Year, even though it's nearly halfway through February. Oh, we love consistency. Yeah, I'm going insane, basically. I shall either see you in a bit or I'll see you in the morning. 1 in the afternoon. So it is literally about, it's in 15 minutes, it'll be about 2 hours since I last saw you. It's nearly 2 a.m, which means it's time for me to go to bed. I'm gonna basically bog down. I'll see you at 1 in the afternoon, or any time I get up, really, when I decide to run. But the majority of this video is going to be me either holding the camera or balancing you on weird things, because I have no idea where I put my tripod about nearly 6 months ago. Fun times. So yeah, I'm basically going to play Moshi Monsters on my DS, which I've been doing quite a bit recently. Last thing before I go to bed, for starters, I just caught a Moshi Monster and I'm really proud of myself. But also, can we just appreciate the fact that I still can't spell, but it's definitely gotten better than it was. Hopefully you can see that. That's diagonally, and I spelt it D-A-L-L-Y, gone alley. I don't even know whether alley spelt right. I spelt it Dallygon as 2 separate words. Do you know what, Madison? You've improved more than you think you have. I'm such an idiot. I'll see you in, I don't know, 5 to 10 hours. Good morning. I have been up for a grand total of about 5-10 minutes and I'm already really annoyed. Not because, it's the morning or anything like that, but because of the fact that I went to grab the laptop to take off all of the photos and all that on the SD card to see if I can try and wipe some space. And the thing won't turn on because someone forgot to charge it. I'm sad. So now I'm gonna get out of bed again because I'm a lazy ass. And I got a text as well this morning from Hermes, or my parcel delivery thingamabob that was meant to be here a couple of weeks ago along with another parcel, but it didn't arrive, so I had to chase it up. And they were there like, it's going to be here by 3 today. Today's the first day of Lent, and the thing that I've ordered is a kilogram tub of smooth peanut butter. But because I've given it up for Lent, I cannot open it or eat it. So I'm just going to have to stare at it now for the next 6 weeks. Lovely. So I'm going to go get my charger. I'm going to go and see if I can get all of this crap taken off of my camera and onto here. This is the family laptop. I don't particularly want all of the crap on here, but it's gonna go somewhere and I don't own the laptop. It's gonna be an I don't know day. I'm gonna make a coffee in a couple of hours. By the way, it's 10:30. I woke up a lot earlier than I thought I was going to. I think it's because yesterday I woke up at like 1 in the afternoon, and then I looked at my watch and I'd literally been asleep for like 10 and a half hours, which is fine. But like even my mum's admitted at times she's like come into my room and all that just to check my pulse to see if I'm still breathing. I'm like, yes, Sharon, I'm still breathing. I'm still breathing. I also didn't end up playing Mushy Monsters last night because I got annoyed at it because it glitched. So I played a bit of Hannah Montana, and then I got bored at that. So I played a bit of Harry Potter. And then I realised I got the wrong character halfway through the level, so I turned it off because I got annoyed at that as well. So that doesn't say a lot about my patience, so I don't know what does. Hello again. So it is about 1 in the afternoon. I have descended the staircase of doom. I got some breakfast. I ate a half chocolate bar. That is literally my sugar for the day now. Lovely. Basically, what me and my mum have done is, because obviously Christmas is over, we've just bought loads of these advent calendars from Holland and Barrett. They are 12 days of festive indulgence by Mummy Meg's. They're basically vegan chocolate, and they are £2 down from £8. We now have a chocolate a day from them. It's a great idea. Do it. Little quick rant. I have just filmed all of this on this, which is a Canon EOS M. I can't remember whether I've already said this, but if you know how to get more than like a minute's worth of footage off of this, please let me know, because it always cuts off after about a minute and I have no idea like what else to do with it, because I want to film on this but I can't because it's only just like a minute's worth of footage, and then it like won't let me do any more, so that sucks. So if anyone knows, please let me know, because I don't know what to do, because it was quite an expensive camera. I bought it a couple of years ago, but I had this problem with it. But because I bought it second hand, it didn't have a box with it. So I made myself coffee, which is nice. So I'm feeling a little bit more energised, a little bit more awake. I don't normally drink coffee. You know, I'm not like a coffee person. I never have been. I've always been a tea person. Like even for Christmas, I get kettles, I get cups, I get different types of tea. Like I've always done that and I always loved it. But like recently, especially with these lockdowns, I've been a coffee person, you know. I actually prefer coffee over tea at the moment, and that's never happened. Because like even through secondary, I had to force myself to drink the stuff just to be able to get through my GCSEs, which says a lot about English GCSEs. I'm so bored. I'm literally so bored. There is nothing to do. I have done everything that I possibly can do. I've binge watched things. I've completed games. Like I bought an Xbox at the beginning of all this, and I've completed all the games that I bought, so it's not like I can do that anymore. I've read books, but like there's only so much of things you can do before they start like getting really boring, if you know what I mean. And you get to the point where you're like, I don't want to do this anymore because it's losing its fun. because I'm starting to do it more as a chore and not as a hobby. Basically, I've filmed like a load of stuff over the past like 6 months of me being gone. Even like the last video that you saw, not the Zoodle the Noodle, the one before that was like filmed in April, and then I uploaded that around October time, which is like nearly like 5-6 months ago, which is insane. But I filmed so much, but I'm not happy with it. It's never felt like, do you know what I mean? Like, I've never been like, oh, I really want to edit this. I just didn't want to. So I thought, why not try doing a little film in the day in the life thing? Because then it feels a little bit less planned, do you know what I mean? And less of a chore and more of just like a little, this is what I do. But anyway, I got some books then. I got the Patrick Ness Chaos Walking series. It's because there's a film coming out of it, and I really wanted to read the books before, you know, like I finished the film. And I finished 2 out of the 3, and they are so good. They're so good. They're a bit odd the way that they're written. Like, the first one's fantastic. The second one's a bit, you know, I got through it. The third one is getting better, you know, but the thing with the third one is it doesn't really have chapters, so you've got to have like a bulk amount of time to be able to just binge read, you know, like a full-on section of the book, which is fun. I've finished so many series, you know. It's like when we kind of came out of the second lockdown, I think it was the second lockdown, I'm not sure, I've lost count. We were allowed to like have one person over or something like that, and I had my friend over, and my friend is a very big nerd like me, and it's really nice to have someone like that, because I've never really had anyone like that, because I've never wanted to force anyone into liking things just because I like them. But it's nice to have someone else who loves things, do you know what I mean? If that makes sense, and who is as enthusiastic as I am to a degree. She came over, and she's a Marvel fan, and I'm a fan of some of the Marvel films. Like, I've seen some of them, and I knew they were really good, but I'd never like binge watched them, because I knew that if I did, it was going to be a rabbit hole that I never would be able to get out of. Well, I mean, you can see by the back where it went. You can see my t-shirt where it went. Anyway, I started about 10 o'clock, I think it was, on a Friday with Captain America the First Avenger, and I finished them all by Monday, which is like 28 films. That's insane. I'm sorry, but I don't even know how I did that. You know, it was the best 4 days of my life, don't get me wrong. Like, I've never felt better after doing something like that. Would I do it again? Yeah, more than likely. Can I be bothered at the moment? No. You know, I really want to do it with the Harry Potters, because I don't think I've ever done like a full-on binge of the Harry Potters, and I love Harry Potter. But like, oh, it was the best 4 days of my life. Anyway, since then, I've bought all of them on DVD. I've bought books. I've bought 4 action figures. I've bought 6 pop figures. I've bought 4 t-shirts. I've made multiple loom bands. And then for my 18th, I had a Disney Princess, Harry Potter, Spider-Man and Marvel themed birthday party for myself. Don't worry, nobody came round, it was just me. Well, it was me and my mum, but I was there like, it's my 18th, I want this. Oh, it was the best thing ever. I had Marvel plates, I had Spider-Man napkins, it was incredible. I was like, I've never felt so happy in my life, because it was almost like I could just be me, do you know what I mean? Like, I was like, I know this looks like a 4-year-old boy's party, but I'm happy, and oh, I loved it. It was fantastic. Do it again all the time. Oh yeah, also loom bands. I've really gotten into loom bands recently. They're quite therapeutic, you know? I never thought I'd say that, but they are. They're quite therapeutic. Would recommend picking them back up again if anybody wants to, you know, have anything to do. I've been watching WandaVision. That is literally killing me, the fact that every single week I have to wait till Friday. It gets to like Thursday and I go downstairs and I go to my mum and I'm like, hey mum, guess what time of the week it is? And she's like, WandaVision, WandaVision, obviously for the Friday. And then we're just singing it all the way through to the Friday, and I get up at 7:30 on a Friday morning because the episode airs at 8 and I wait till 8 o'clock and I watch it and I love it. And then I watch it again with my mum and I unpick the whole thing and I'm like, bruh, this is so good. I love it so much. One Division t-shirt, can we just appreciate? We're going to ignore Wanda's face because she's having a midlife crisis. But Vision's quite good and I quite enjoyed painting that. But I hope to do a bit better next time. Other than that, I'm just watching YouTube at the moment. So yeah, thank you very much. I'll see you when I next do something. Cheers. You're now downstairs with me. It's literally like 10 minutes after I filmed the other clip. And the reason why it's so soon is because I came down. No, not because. Before I came down, I checked my emails because I'm applying to university. And I have been rejected from all but one, where I had a second recall and now I'm just waiting on that. And I checked my things and I've got a second thing for another one. What's it called? Second audition or something, because I'm going for drama school, which means there's like 3 rounds. And I genuinely was like when because my first choice was Guildhall and I got rejected, which is fine, but I cried a lot because I started then having a panic attack, being like, I need a second plan if I don't get into university. Looks like I still have a chance, but fingers crossed I get in. Please, please, please someone take me. I just want to go, do you know what I mean? You know when you're so desperate to do something, I just want to go to university. Fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Normally I'd have some celebratory, you know the word, peanut butter, but went. So instead I ate some beetroot and now I'm having some celery and cucumber. Health. Because we're trying to get off a little bit of that quarantine pudge, which there's nothing wrong with, but you know, I'm gonna try and, I don't know, de-bloat myself, make myself feel a little bit better, you know, because it does make me feel good eating this stuff, so I might as well eat what makes me feel happy, you know, so, okay, see you in a bit, bye! Same angled me is back. My protein parcel came. So now I get to open this and look sad about the fact that I can't eat it. But I did get a free, I made 2 orders and on one of the orders I got a free bottle and it's a fantastic bottle, so not complaining. On this one, I could have gotten the free, what's it called? Hand sanitizer on the other one. But I forgot to press that button, so we didn't get it. So this one, I've remembered to press it. Thank God for that. Oh, we love some vouchers. I'm a couponing queen. Oh, it's so sad. It's so sad that I can't. My free bottle of hand sanitizer. And it's sad to look at the peanut butter that I can't eat. I shall see you in 6 weeks, my friend. I shall see you in 6 weeks. Hello again. So, it is currently Watch is dead time. No, it's currently about 3:30. Which means we're about an hour and a half to 2 hours away from tea time. Yes, I am counting down because I am so bored. I'm so bored. Like, I've literally been sat downstairs doing nothing. After I had my snack, I sat there and watched YouTube and did nothing. Then I got back up, I ate 3 carrots and 2 rice cakes. Realised that the kitchen was a bad place for me to be because all I wanted to do was eat the whole entire thing because I am bored. So now I'm sat upstairs, you know. I received a script that I've got for this weekend for an audition, which I hope that goes well. If it doesn't, oh well, but it'd be cool if it does. I had a little read through that, you know? I'm literally going mad. Like, I'm going mad. Like, normally, to pass the time, this is when my peanut butter obsession comes in. This is when it becomes unhealthy. Because, to pass the time, I normally just sit there with, like, a kilogram peanut butter tub. And I will sit there for, like, 3 hours just eating it. But I can't do that because of Lent. And this is why I'm quite glad about the Lent thing. Because now I'm trying to find different things to do. Instead of eat my problems away, you know? Which is still not healthy at all, mentally or physically. Because then I'd just get upset about, oh my god. Oh, I'm such an idiot. But at the moment, I'm still watching YouTube. I might log into Netflix on the laptop and I might watch some Brooklyn Nine-Nine. Because I wanted to get some of that done. I might do some writing or painting or drawing or something. Try and pass the time a bit more. Oh, I'm so bored. Hello, so it is 7 o'clock now. I have had my tea. I can't even remember what I had, to be honest. I know at some point I ate a load of Rice Krispies. Now I'm in a Rice Krispie coma, so that happened. Do you know what? I can't lie to people. I did open the peanut butter and I did have about a teaspoon of it and I feel awful. But I stopped myself before I carried on and I'm quite proud of that. Baby steps, baby steps. Because my mum was there like, oh, I don't see the point in starting it midweek because then it'll be like 6 weeks and a half. And I was there like, that's not the point. Anyway, so she's starting at the weekend, so I'm just going to say that I'm starting at the weekend. No, I'm quite proud of myself for stopping. Anyway, because it's 7 o'clock, in about half an hour I think I'm going to go on the cross trainer or treadmill or something. Do some form of exercise. I'm going to finish Gavin and Stacey first though, because I might as well. It's a lot later than I expected. Anyway. That is literally it, that's all. I might watch the Endgame, Infinity War and Endgame tonight, because I quite fancy that. Yeah, get some stuff done. I've done some drawing as well. I drew something on a t-shirt, but I haven't finished it, so I'm not going to show you. Anyway, just sort of do an update. Cheers. Right, this is probably the most unflattering angle that I could ever, record in. So sorry about that, but it is literally about 10:15 at the moment. And me and my mother, I thought whilst I'm sorting all of this out before I go to bed, I thought I'd talk about what me and my mother have just finished. This is dry shampoo, by the way. It's because I was meant to have a shower tonight, but I didn't. And I can't get one in the morning because someone's on night shift. Anyway, we finished Bridgerton tonight. Throughout the whole series, I've kind of had a weird problem with it anyway, because there's quite a lot of controversial... Oh my god, that's so greasy. Sorry. There's quite a lot of controversial moments in it. Anyway, like, I feel like the intimate... trying to say it nicely. The intimate scenes are a bit explicit. It is rated a 15. A 15, especially in the UK, it's rated a 15. I don't know about anywhere else. And I think it's a little bit too much for a 15. Like, Sex Education, was that a 15? If that was a 15, I don't know. Anyway, and even that was less, in your face with it all. And that was literally about sex education, if you know what I'm saying. Anyway, it's such a beautiful show to watch. Absolutely aesthetically pleasing, absolutely beautiful. But then it kind of masks the problems with the programme, with, the fact that there's a lot of toxic masculinity in it. There's a lot of things to do with race that don't quite make sense, in the fact that, the director said that he wanted a multiracial cultural cast because that was how he wanted it to be set, and that's fine and dandy, but only casting mainly half black people, like, you know, like lighter skinned black people, isn't being multiracial, okay? Because then the really, like, you know, like the really dark skinned black people, please, I'm not trying to offend anyone, I'm like, so if I do, please just let me know, because I'm not trying to offend anyone. A lot of the information, to be honest, I'm going to talk about now is from videos that I've watched from black people explaining it, because as a white woman, you know, I'm not going to know first-hand experiences, and I put my hands up to that. I'm not going to know. But this is just what I've been educated on from a black perspective. There are many incredible videos out there. I would totally recommend searching it on YouTube, having a little browse around. There are just some fantastic videos explaining it all. But another one was the fact that to say that you want to cast multicultural as well, there was literally, there was hardly any Asian people, there was hardly any, you know, like, people from different countries and cultures, and I was like, you can't say that you want a multicultural cast and then have hardly anybody multicultural and the majority of the cast white and English, you know, like, that's not how it works. Also, he said that he'd wanted it so, like, the time period, it was just normal. But then there's a bit where they really quickly brush over the fact that that the black people have had to fight for their rights within the time period of the programme. But, like, literally 5-second conversation, I'm like, that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense if you're just going to brush over it, but then say that, you know, like, none of that was meant to happen. Does that make sense? Also, we've just watched the last episode. To be honest, I was pretty disappointed. The whole episode was a bit naff. There was a bit in it, I don't want to spoil it too much. Please skip ahead to the point where, like, I'll say something. I don't know, just keep skipping ahead till I say something, like, stop. Yeah? Anyway, like, there's a bit where Daphne is, like, crying to her mum, being like, my marriage is failing and, you know, we're gonna have to break up. And her mum, very, in like, a nice way, is basically saying, grow a pair, stick it up, you're a Bridgerton, and carry on and just act happy. Basically a nice way of saying that, which is fine, but then it suddenly, 5 seconds later, starts raining, and then she turns to Simon and is like, I've always loved you, I'm not loving you. And I'm sat there like, whoa! Rewind 5 seconds, my friend. You just said that you wanted a divorce, basically, with your mum. Like, that doesn't make sense. I think the writing of the show is good in places and also bad in places. And it's also very masked over by how beautiful it is to look at. And Lady Bridgerton, right, I'm not going to say who Lady Bridgerton is, but, like, me and my mum basically predicted Lady Bridgerton about 3 episodes before the last episode, and then they tried adding someone else in, being like, it's this person, and I turned to Sharon, I was like, it is not that person, and if it is, I'm going to be really disappointed. I was like, misdirect, you know, it's not that person. Anyway, turns out it wasn't that person, it was a person we thought, and I'm pretty darn disappointed about that, because it was just predictable, do you know what I mean? It was just obvious, and I was just there like, it's a bit naff, you know? Stop! So overall, I'm quite looking forward to season 2. You wouldn't guess by my rant. I'm looking forward to season 2 to see what they do with it. I hope they take on board the criticisms of the first season. Like, it is something that, like, I would recommend for people to watch. I wouldn't watch it again, because there was quite a bit where I just predicted it. I don't know whether that's just me, though, because I just predict a lot. I've seen way too many films and TV programmes in my time. But that's just my rant about Bridgerton and how much it annoyed me as a person. I've also been absolutely loving the WandaVision what they call theories recently. There's a couple. I watched one this morning from is it Super Carlin Brothers on YouTube? I'm not quite sure. But they were on about, like, Wanda and how maybe, like, she's not bipolar, but, like, there's, like, two do you know what I mean, of her inside of her. So there's like a dark Wanda and there's a light Wanda, and she's like, oh, yes, it was something to do, there's like a dark Wanda and there's a light Wanda. And obviously with Vision, there's two Visions. There's the Vision we're seeing now, and then that's being revived and, you know, alive, and then there's a Vision that was in Endgame and all that shenanigans that we first saw in Ultron, which is fine, but then at the same time there's also two Visions on the fact that, like Bruce was saying, how the stone in his head did create a lot of Vision, but if you manage to take the stone out properly, then Vision is still alive. So technically there's two parts of Vision. Like there's that Vision and then there's that bit. You take that bit out, there's still going to be a bit, you know, like destroyed of the person Vision, but he's still going to be alive. Does that make sense? And I think they're going to, I love the theory, and I hope they do it, of having Wanda and Vision against Wanda and Vision. So like bad Wanda and Vision against good Wanda and Vision. Because this then links with the Ultron theory of like having, that I saw on TikTok. I've been spending too much time on TikTok. Of the fact that like when Vision was created, Ultron and Vision as their like little mind have their little conversation. That's a lovely scene in you know, Age of Ultron. And they have their conversation, and then he goes to kill Vision, and he technically does, but he doesn't completely. He like latches, is that the word? Himself onto Vision, which is how he is. No, Jarvis, not Vision. Latches himself onto Jarvis, which is why Vision is a mixture of like Tony, Jarvis, Vision, multiple people, maybe a bit of Bruce in there. We don't know. And then that would make sense why when Vision died, Ultron didn't inside of him, because Ultron is obviously like had all of those little robot-y things and he was controlling them all because he had a part of him in all of them. Vision never destroyed his part of Ultron inside of him. That was never destroyed, because Vision then destroyed Ultron. But like, if there was a bit inside of him, that, where did that go? That's still inside of him, do you know what I mean? And then when the stone was ripped out by Thanos, that stone ripped out Vision and Jarvis and the stone, but it technically could have not ripped out Ultron, which means Ultron could still be alive. And I really hope Ultron is part of this as well, because I feel like he didn't get his rep, do you know what I mean? Like, he was a great villain. He had such good lines and quotes, and I feel like his morals were there, do you know what I mean? He didn't just want to destroy the earth for the sake of it. He had like some sort of reasoning, you know what I mean? Like Thanos was just like, I want to be a big tough guy, poof poof. Ultron was just there like, people are shit. I was like, yeah, fair enough. I also watched that film the other day because it's such a good film. I feel like it's very underrated, and I wrote down loads of quotes and it's really good. There you go, there's my little rant about WandaVision and the theories, and also Bridgerton. Basically, long story short, I watch too much TV, but that's fine because it's not like I've got anything else to do. This is going to be a pain for me to edit afterwards. Anyway, I'm going to put Sudocreme on my face. Sudocreme, nappy rash cream, or whatever you want to call it. This stuff is a lifesaver. I've had this for years, you know. I've had this absolute years. And I'm not even halfway, you know, I'm not even halfway. But I'm going to watch Age of Ultron, not Age of Ultron because I watched that the other night. I'm going to watch Infinity War and see if I can get some of Endgame done tonight, because they're good films, you know. I don't like the girls bit, really last bit, I don't like the bit in Infinity War with the women. You know, because I like the concept of having, you know, like all the Marvel women just, you know, power walking together. I'm like, you're a bit late though, aren't you, love? You know, we're about 20, I think we were 24 films in, and then you're just like, feminism. And they're like, do you know what I mean? Like, it just seemed a bit like, it was almost like we're just doing this for the sake of it. Do you know what I mean? It's almost like you're proving a point just for the sake of proving a point. And now you're just going to pop it in for 5 minutes. I could be completely ridiculed for that, but I don't mean any offence by that. I'm gonna shut up, okay? I'm gonna put film on and I'm gonna shut up because I could be getting myself into trouble. Okay, I'm really sorry if that offended anyone. I didn't mean it to. It was just a theory. Thank you. Au revoir. Cheers. Right, before I sign off for the evening, I think I'm nearly done with Infinity War. I don't know. I remember when I saw this in the cinema, and one of my main... Sorry, this is creepy if I do that. One of my main things about it was like too long, do you know what I mean? Like, there was bits where I knew that I should be crying, but I wasn't because my bum was hurting and I was more bothered by that. But like, even watching it back and having like more knowledge on like having seen the other films, doing more research about it all that shenanigans, there is so much wrong with this film. Not that there's something wrong with this film, which is probably not the greatest way of saying it, but more like the way that the characters do things. Like, people make mistakes. I get that. But when you're trying to literally, save a whole entire universe, you'd have thought you wouldn't let your emotions get like 100% on top of each other. Like, Thanos' hand thingamabob could have been taken off, if Star-Lord, can't remember his name, hadn't, had a bit of a mini mental breakdown because of Gamora. And also, are you telling me that Doctor Strange, or whatever the hell his name is, he couldn't have done anything, because he saw all of those, opportunities and how many times they won, sort of thing, but he could not have gone into any time zone whatsoever and destroyed it. He had a flipping stone around his neck. Like, stop being so selfish and destroy it yourself, okay? Also, this thing with getting the stone out of Vision's head, they had more than enough time. They were like pretty much halfway there, and within about 5-10 minutes of the fight, okay? This fight, I bet, went on for a good like half an hour. No, okay? Also, it's like that girl says, like, why the hell was Wanda with Vision this whole entire time? To be honest, she could have wiped out the whole of the population of the other side, like literally with her poof. And last thing, just one last thing to top it all off. Wanda and Vision could have gone anywhere, but they went to Scotland. Scotland. I did say there's a bit at the beginning, and Vision goes, "I think it's time to go," or something like that. And I said out loud, "Yeah, we haven't visited Wales yet." Wouldn't that be nice? They could see that WandaVision, instead of her going, like sticking to one place, she could have travelled the world with Vision's body. So mucked up. Wanda is literally probably one of the coolest characters, though. That woman has got power. Blows my noggin. Anyway, hopefully I'm near the end of this. I'm getting a bit bored now. I have really bad attention span. I was gonna watch Endgame. I'm not. Okay, it's like, why am I looking? There's no watch. It's like 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm not watching Endgame today. It's not happening, love, But yeah, I'll sign off for the evening. I might do a video in the morning completely cutting it all off. If I don't, and this is the end of the video, cheers for watching. Sorry it's been a bit boring and chaotic and basically just my thoughts of everything, but cheers. I don't know how to do this sign off yet. Bye.